Alright guys, here's KZONE. Today we are looking at the balance patch the developers released yesterday, so let's dive into it and see what changes they have made. Okay. So the first one, let's see, is Heal Kit, and the third skill becomes deals 3 instances of 140% damage to all enemies and applies a short barrier equal to 330% of shield attack to all allies. So the damage is increased by 30% and the shield amount is increased by 30% as well, which is a okay improvement, I would say. And the short barrier effect, that one becomes absorb damage equivalent to its value while active. The allies are immune to all debuffs. When the short barrier effect expires, it increases allies' turn meter by 15%. I don't think this part is in his skill. Heal Kit is the only unit I don't have, so I'm not sure about this. Let me check it real quick if it is in his skill before. Yeah, this increase in turn meter part is not in his skill right now. So that means this can be kind of useful now, right? If he set up the shield in the first turn and then the Hinrich or Plume strip the shield, then the whole team is getting the 15% turn meter boost, and the turn meter push amount is even higher than Plume's 8%. So this allows you to cut in before Plume, right? Before other units in the Plume's team, right? And then allow you to control or do damage. So this is kind of a good change, I would say. This is kind of a good change. Okay, maybe you can see some people start using Heal Kit right now because of this. And let me see. And the next one, Rosa, and the second skill is changed to each time Rosa scores a critical hit, if the target is not afflicted with Blade Heart Bloom, will definitely afflict the target with Blade Heart Bloom for 1 turn. And this can make her more consistent in PvE content, but I'm not sure about the PvP content. I don't think she is going to... Yeah, I don't think she is going to be that OP in PvP, even with this buff. Okay, so just making her more consistent in PvE, I would say. Okay, and the third one, the Queen Bee, Tsukiyumi. Okay, the second skill becomes deals damage equal to 330% of self-defense to all enemies with a 45% to inflict silence for 1 turn and reduces the cooldown of all skills for all allies and shields, including Tsukiyumi, by 1 turn. So if I remember correctly, her skill did not include the shields. Right now, if she can reduce the cooldown on shields, then it can make her even more useful, I think. Yeah, so if you are somehow using a for example the Revelation Cleave unit, then the third skill would actually match with the shield's cooldown. So when the Cleave unit gets the third skill, the shield is also ready, right? If Tsukiyumi is only reducing cooldown on the ally units, not the shield, then there will be a cooldown difference and the Revelation will not activate when you are trying to use the third skill again. So this is a nice change, I would say. And the fourth is Burgundy, and the first skill becomes deals 330% damage to single enemy and healing for 100% damage dealt. So the damage is increased by 30% and the heal amount is increased by 40%. He's already a very tanky unit. I fought him several times in RTA and it's very hard to kill him, and this can make him even more annoying. And also change his passive, right? I think this is a passive or third skill. And it says when there are more than 4 surviving enemy units deals 520% damage instead of 480% to all enemies, with a 100% chance to dispel 2 buffs instead of 1 buff from the targets. For each fewer surviving enemies deals 1 additional instance of 100% damage. This attack ignores target passive. Oh, this is kind of interesting. So I'm not sure how this strip is gonna help him, but this damage increase is gonna help him a lot, definitely. Like, this damage increase can help him a lot. He's already doing okay-ish damage, but right now he might be able to snipe stuff, like stop the squishy things, right? So it's kind of good improvement. We still need to see how he performs in RT after this buff. Okay. Next one is Shada, and the second skill becomes each time Shada accumulates 3 buffs, the surrounding soul flame evolves 1 time. Each evolution increases self-attack by 18%, effect resistance by 30%, and crit damage by 10%, and reduces damage taken by 15%. And makes 3 evolutions, so the damage can be reduced by 15% each stack, and it can go up to 45%. Oh my god. This can somehow become a Holden counter, I would say, because Shada's attribute already counters Holden, right? And this effect resistance can make sure that she doesn't get defense break by Holden, and the damage reduction also allows her to take almost no damage from Holden. Like the attribute advantage also gives her 15% more damage reduction, and with this 45% is 60% damage reduction, and I don't think Holden can deal enough damage on Shada right now. Oh my god, this is a huge buff on Shada. And let me see the soul flame effect. Oh, this is just adding the damage reduction part. Yeah, this can be a very nice unit, like a very nice bruiser unit in RTA right now. And she is going to perform even better in PvE content. Wow, this is nice buff. This is the winner of the patch, I think. And the next one, the Nehor. Second skill becomes Nehor deals 280% damage to a single target and has a 70% chance to dispel all buffs from the target and inflict block for 2 turns and freeze for 1 turn. So the second skill can now strip and freeze, which is very good. And the third skill becomes adjusted to a multi-hit with slight numerical adjustment. So it was 300% damage to all enemies with 70% chance to inflict defense down for 2 turns and a 50% chance to inflict freeze for 1 turn. Right now it becomes 2 hits of 150% damage to all enemies. Each hit has 60% chance to inflict defense down and rest down for 2 turns and 45% chance to inflict freeze. So the 60% chance with 2 hits, that's how many percent? So 40%, 40%, that's 16. So it has 84% chance to inflict the defense down and rest down instead of 70, right? And a 45% chance to inflict freeze is 50% lower, but right now he can apply the rest down for 2 turns. So that will increase your chance of freeze as well. So even though it is 45%, but by reducing the res, the chance is actually higher than 50%, right? Okay, yeah, kind of a good change. Can make his freeze even more consistent, right? So let's see how this 40% res down affects it. If you happen to have your accuracy equal to enemy's resistance, then let me see, 40% accuracy to having 40% more accuracy, right? So 40% more accuracy, then it's gonna be around 63% chance to freeze if your accuracy is equal to the enemy's resistance and you apply the rest down on the unit. So it's kind of high chance, and it can go up to 90%, right? So it's gonna be a very consistent freeze right now. Very good change. So the next unit is Nymphonia, and the second skill becomes equalizes HP percentage of all allies and heals all allies for 25% of each target's max HP, and cleanses 2 debuffs from each allies. Oh, now she can cleanse. This can make her kind of useful now. More useful. She's already kind of useful, but this makes her even more useful. If you somehow got a defense break, now she can cleanse it. and that's very huge. That's very huge. I like it. I like it. Okay, and Lilith, the second skill becomes deals damage equal to 24% of self max HP to all enemies, with a 100% chance to inflict speed down for 2 turns on all targets. Deals 1 additional instance of damage equal to 25% of the main target's max HP to the main target, and this instance of damage cannot exceed 30% of Lilith's max HP. So she's dealing more damage on the main target, and the damage is equal to 25% of main target's HP. So this is kind of like a true damage, I would say. This is kind of like a true damage, right? And then simultaneously detonates the graceful mischief on the main target and pushes back the attack bar, the thermometer by 100%. This kind of, I don't know how impactful she can be with this buff, but any more damage is welcome, I think. She's not used that much in last season, so maybe this will help her a little bit. And let's see. This is just repeating the 25% max HP part. Kind of a nice buff, kind of nice buff. Maybe she can kill the squishy unit more efficiently right now, right? Next one is Celine's, and the second skill becomes at the end of the turn, if Celine's is not in an encapsulated state, she applies Aqua Shield to all allies equal to 14% of her max HP, lasting until the start of her next turn. And new effect, at the start of the battle, applies a shield to all allies equal to 30% of her max HP. Oh, 30% max HP shield. Oh my god. Even though I'm seeing oh my god right now, but I realize that if you want to use her, you still need to build her with the effect accuracy, right? So you're not putting 3 HP percentage on her anyway. So this shield is not gonna be that huge, but it's kind of a good improvement if you pair her with Freya. I don't know how that works, but if you happen to pair her with Freya, she can give you even more attack bar boost when the battle starts. So it's kind of good, I would say. Kind of good. If you build her with 1 HP percentage and 2 effect accuracy, she can do some nice work, I would say. Okay. And the third skill becomes each hit 30%, this did not change, and the attack down becomes crit rate down. And forgetfulness is still there, and is both debuff lasts for 2 turns. The crit rate down is kind of good. I think crit rate down is better than the attack down because this also affects Holden and Rahul, right? So Holden with crit rate down is dealing less damage, and it also affects his third skill strip chance, right? Because if Holden doesn't crit, then the chance he strips the target's buff is 50%, right? So this can help you a lot, and she's also blocking the passive of Holden, making him even less useful. So this is nice. This is kind of a nice change. This is a huge change. I will start building. I will start building Celine's. I will start building Celine's. She can see some very good use in RTA. Okay, and next one, Hoyen. The third skill, the damage is increased from 450% to 520%. This is huge, I would say. This is huge. Because I still remember in one match, I used Hoyen with attack buff and the Kant's attack buff, and attacked the enemies Lilium with low silence and bloodbath. It was missing that little bit damage to kill her, like just little bit. If she can do that little bit more damage, she could have killed that Lilium. But now, she can kill her definitely, so I'm happy with that. she can now kill the Lilium with Bloodbath with one shot, so which is good. Okay, and let me see. The next one, Yeti. First skill now can deal 260% damage instead of 240% damage to a single target, and each attack has a 50% chance instead of 30% chance to steal one buff. Wow, this is kind of good. Now she can deal even more damage on a single target, right? If you're missing that little bit damage to kill something with one full attack, now she can kill it, which is good. Which is very good. I like it. I use Yeti a lot, so this is a good change for me. Okay, and next one, the Tsutomu. I think is a blade guy, right? And the base stats are increased. Now he has more HP, 900 more HP. That's huge. And then also 50 more attack and defense is also increased. Oh no, I remember someone told me that he's a very good counter to Tiamat, and maybe right now he can perform even better. So yeah, it's kind of a good change, I would say. And next one, the Neo. Neo's base speed increased by 5, so it becomes 123 at 6 stars. You can apply the vulnerable on all enemies. That already increases the damage, and if you happen to give your unit attack buff, then the cleave unit can do a lot of damage, and it's even easier to speed tune her right now, so it's a good change. And next one, the Victor. This one, the second skill becomes for every 10% decrease in self HP percentage, increases damage dealt by 12% instead of 9%, and reduces damage taken by 6%. Is a good damage boost. Let me see, if you lose 50% HP, then you're getting 60% damage increase instead of 45% damage increase, so you get 15% more, which can be good. Maybe you can use him in PvE content right now, but not in RTA. But it's a kind of a small improvement, I would say. And the Wild Rampage Rain. And the third skill deals 160% damage to all enemies, additionally dealing damage equal to 75% of self-defense. Has a 100% chance to inflict taunt for one turn. So she is not built with effect accuracy either, so this increased chance to inflict taunt helps her a little bit right now. So even if the target's resistance is very high, she will still have 50% chance to taunt the unit. But I don't think this makes her very powerful in RTA. But let's see how people work around with her. Okay. Well, I don't think she can be that impactful in RTA even with this buff. So it's a okay improvement, I would say. Next one is Rindy Umbo. The second skill now deals 20% more damage, and for every 1 point the speed self has, increases damage dealt by additional 0.45% instead of 0.35%. So dealing more damage, right? Dealing more damage, and this, if your speed is 100 points faster than your opponent, then you're getting 10% more damage, which is good. And this also increased by 20%, so it makes it even easier to kill a squishy unit. Next one is Kazami Kazuyo, and this one, the second skill deals 240% damage to a single target, and with a 75% chance to dispel 2 buffs from the target, and a 50% chance to increase the cooldown of all the target's animal skills by 2 turns instead of 1 turn. Wow, this can be very huge. I would say, because right now a lot of Fuchus are built with Bulwark and has Supernova. So right now you can use Kazuyo's second skill, strip the Bulwark, and also increase the cooldown on Fuchu, so she is not able to use this third skill for 2 turns, and this can give you enough time to do whatever you want to your enemy team, right? So this kind of good change, I like this. And the third skill becomes reduces the cooldown of allies and shield skills, including Kazami Kazuyo himself by 1 turn. Is she a man? I thought she is a girl, right? And applies speed up and accuracy up for 3 turns. Anyway, this can be very useful in the crowd control team, I see. Yeah, she might be the new unit that you see a lot in the CC unit, CC team. This accuracy up is crucial, like very, very crucial. If you are able to stun the unit in the first turn, then she basically allows your CC unit to be more consistent with their CC control, and she's also decreasing the cooldown on them, making them even more broken. So I like this change. I like this change a lot. Okay. Next one is Kazuyo the Reverie. Now the first skill sleep becomes 1 turn instead of 2 turns. The 2-turn sleep was very broken. Even though I liked it, but it is not good for the health of the game, to be honest. Like, she can literally just control 3 units down with her first skill and then just chip away damage until you die. Like, that's just ridiculous. So even though I won a lot of games with this 2-turn sleep, but I think this is a necessary nerf. Okay, I think this is a necessary nerf. So they also changed the second skill, so the attack bar pushback part becomes 10% instead of 15%. I don't think this is necessary, because she needs to land the attack break with her third skill first and then land the sleep. So now the Terminator pushback is not that impactful anymore, because you also have Reaper steps, right? That can increase the Terminator by 20%. So even if you got 2 hits of sleep, that is 20% Terminator pushback, and it's only gonna cancel the 20% Terminator push from Reaper steps. So that's not gonna be a good change, I think. I don't think this is a necessary change. This is making Reaper steps even more annoying. And RC77, the skill cooldown on third skill becomes 3 turns instead of 4 turns, which matches the Revelation. Maybe you can see some RC77 in RTA after this buff, not sure, but it is what it is. Okay, and the shield adjustments. The adjustments below list the final effect changes for awakened shield skills. So the first one, Alicorn. And the Alicorn now dispels 3 debuffs instead of 2, which is kind of good. Maybe right now you can use Alicorn on Fuchu, right? She will gain even more resistance when she cleanses the debuff and be more annoying, right? If you get control the first turn, now she has a better chance to cleanse the stun or freeze and use her third skill, which is very good. I like this buff. And White Fan, the crit damage increase from 6% to 8%, and the max dex is decreased from 10 to 8. So you're getting 4% more damage, and you're stacking faster than before, which is kind of good. I like this. And Halloween after host X, it has a 100% chance instead of 80% chance to reduce the cooldown by 1 turn. This is kind of a good change, I would say. This is kind of a good change. The problem with Halloween is it doesn't have the Swift Read or Swift Smite. If it has those 2, then it can be a very good shield on CC unit. But without those 2, I don't know. Maybe it's good on your third CC, right? Maybe it's good on your third CC, so you can have your skills ready sooner and be more annoying that way. But I think it's a good change. I think it's a good change. And Codex of Magic. So, what have you done to my favorite shield? In PvP modes, after being affected by Codex of Magic, skills that did not go on cooldown will have their maximum cooldown permanently increased by 1 turn. Wow. This will affect Obo a lot, I would say. This will affect Obo a lot because now if you want to use Obo, you better use third skill right away. If you use the second skill to strip and open up for other CC unit, then the third skill is going to have 1 more cooldown, and you don't want that to happen. 5 turn cooldown on a CC skill is just too long. And that's the main damage source of your CC comp, right? The dots and stun. So that's gonna be very bad for Obo. And maybe also Mio, but I was using Mio without maxing up her second and third skill, and I was still able to control down the units. But this still affects Mio a lot. Like if you use your second skill first, then your third skill will have 5 turn cooldown. If you use your third skill first, then your second skill will have 4 turn cooldown. So that's gonna require a lot of decision making when you play CC comp, I would say. Oh my god, this is a huge nerf to Codex of Magic. And again, this skill's cooldown cannot be reduced. Wow, this is very bad. This is very bad actually. This is very, very bad. Okay. And next one, Arena Effect, the close combat. After all animals have acted a certain cumulative number of times, damage dealt by both sides increased by 20%, healing and shield decreased by 20%. And the first trigger requires 20 actions, and the subsequent triggers requires 15 actions. This is kind of good. This can make battles go faster, right? It is a kind of good change, so you don't have to sit there for half an hour just to finish one match. So it's a good change. I say it's a good change. Okay, this is all the stuff in this balance patch, and I'm kind of, except for this attack bar pushback change, I'm satisfied with everything else. I would say I'm satisfied with everything else. Maybe this part is also a little bit questionable, but I will accept it for now and see how it works out, okay? So this is the end of the video. If you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. This is KZONE. I will see you guys next time.